Because he's worthy to be
Good morning. He is worthy to be praised. I hope everybody is enjoying their Monday. We're in this middle of April. I hope all is well with everyone. I just want to share a little information about familiarity with you guys. They go hand in hand with my video I made weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so, about reintroducing yourself. So before you reintroduce yourself, you need to know about familiarity. Okay? Familiarity. What are the dangers of familiarity? When we are familiar with things, we tend to quit examining them. Often we are familiar with things, we quit noticing them. Well, this is with people too. My main focus. When we are familiar with things, we tend not to celebrate them as we once did. Familiarity tends to rob us of our wonder. And then there's another piece of information, another definition. The word familiarity means the state of knowing someone too well. Familiarity means having a close or acquaintance with someone or something. It is also intimacy with people. Just knowing them too well, just too well, and they get too comfortable with you. Too comfortable with you. Thinking that you are the same as they are. Now, 7 causes and signs of familiarity. Number 1, not living by example. Such a lifestyle makes people to see you like them. They end up believing that you do the same thing they do. So what's the difference? To help Timothy deal with the possibility of familiarity creeping into his leadership, Paul, now we're going to the Bible for his Bible readers, Paul and him, be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. You can find that in chapter 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 12. Also it reads in 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 1. Number 2, frequent visit and always asking for help from people, especially always asking for help from other people. Number three, unfaithfulness of biblical truths. Number 4, discussing issues that are meant only for the ears of leaders. In other words, I'm reading off my other phone, you guys. Give me a second. In other words, frequently meddling in other people's business. Mind your business. And then we go over to number 5. The simplicity of some leaders towards the people they are called to lead. Number 6, the claim of a deep knowledge about someone's past or background. Now, I love this example. Jesus was not believed in his hometown because of what the people there knew about him. And I'm going to go back to that. Number 7, the thought of being able to do what your leader does. Going back to number 6, where Jesus, a lot of people did not believe or was just too familiar with him. And other people out of his hometowns, out of different cities, wherever he was going, They believed in him. They had faith in him. They were running after him, like the woman with the issue of blood. She was running after him to be healed by her faith. And so many people. But when he came to his hometown, so many people did not believe because they was too comfortable with him. They was too familiar with him. Okay? Just as for some of us, people are too comfortable. People are too familiar with you. They look at you from your past. They don't look at your present walk, your present communication. They don't look at your present outlook. They are only concerned about your past. So, you know how I say in Matthew, where you go to someone to help them or whatever, and they don't receive you, you looking to leave your peace there and they don't receive you, you take your peace back and you keep on walking. Okay? Don't worry about it. You take your peace back and keep on walking. Don't get frustrated. Don't get annoyed. Don't get none of that. Don't mess up your peace. Just continue to go on in life and share your peace, share your love, share you with other people who will receive you. And for those who do not receive you, don't get mad. Don't be bothered. That's the word right there. Don't be bothered. Don't be bothered with familiarity. People. If my phone allows me to share, it might cut off. I'm not for sure. But here are some scriptures. Familiarity leads to a loss of respect for one another. You can read it in Matthew chapter 13.